What's going on, and welcome back to another less than 10-minute gear review. And in this video we're going to be going over the Vanquest Stitch messenger bag, and I believe it's the 15. Don't quote me on it. This bag has been discontinued. They have some newer bags like the Envoy and the Gopher, so I do have to apologize in advance. This review is very late and very far behind when it should have been set up, but at the time that I bought it about 3 or 4 years ago, I wasn't doing a whole lot of YouTube content, so I definitely wanted to get this in, seeing that some military stuff took priority when it came to the IOTV setup and redefining issued equipment and all that stuff. So in the event that this bag is not the one that you're looking for, I definitely want to be able to walk you onto some of the other Vanquest equipment, so then that, and bags and packs and messenger bags and whatnot, so that way you can determine what's going to be best for you. So this one definitely is a little bit older. The newer bags definitely have a lot of additional features that kind of set themselves apart and are a step above this one. So hopefully if you're looking for a messenger bag, this will help you in that way. But with that, I just want to dive right into this so that way you guys can see what's going on with it. In the event that you do walk across or come across one of these in a store that's kind of been tucked away in a corner, or you find one of these on Amazon or eBay or somebody that's trying to sell one used. So definitely highly recommended, very well put together when it comes down to it. So diving right into it, starting from the front, working our way around and kind of talking about construction and whatnot, and pricing. These guys are going to come in at about $115 all the way up to about $210, and a lot of that pricing is going to be based off their newer products. It's based off of size, not really color or camo pattern, so the size is going to dictate the price. With that, stitching and construction, very, very well put together. I've had this bag for 3 or 4 years now, and I've traveled around the world multiple times with it, and this thing has stood the test of time and carried 3 laptops, 2 travel monitors, and then a tablet, notebook, and a couple of other items. Passports, phones, and all of that stuff, all just in this bag. So it has the capacity to carry a lot and carry the weight, and definitely stand up to the abuse that you could put it through. And some of their newer products that I've played around with from the local store that has and carries Vanquest definitely would do the same, in my opinion. So construction wise, very solid. Corduro material, it typically, from what I remember, is going to be either 500 all the way up to 1,000 denier Cordura. Stitching and construction is very well put together, so you don't have to worry about it, like I said, with how much I've used it and thrown in here. So from the front, you got your front flap with your buckles here at the bottom. There's a little bit of Velcro that holds that front flap down. You do have a row of MOLLE, and some of the newer systems have multiple rows of MOLLE integrated with the Velcro up front here. It's all laser cut for the newer stuff. This is just your standard MOLLE on this one, so it is well put together for the old and the new stuff. So some of them don't have the MOLLE. It's just depending on the version or the model of the bag that you're looking at. So the zipper up top here will open up into the main compartment, so that way you don't have to unbuckle and open up the flap and everything to get into that main compartment. So that is one really nice feature about that front flap. And then, like you can see here, you have your buckles. Those unbuckle and then open up into the interior sections of that. So I'll wait to get into the interior, and that way we can work around the bag and then get into the inside of it. When it comes to this thing kind of compressing or cinching down or expanding, it doesn't really have an expanding capability. However, if you loosen up these straps, it will give you just a little bit more space to carry a little bit more inside of the pack as a whole. So and honestly, the more you put in here, the more that this front flap is gonna get pulled up towards the top. So these really are just to adjust based off of where that front flap is sitting. On the sides, you have your connectors. They're just Velcro, large Velcro loops for your shoulder strap, as you can see here. Haven't had any issues with the shoulder strap configuration. This thing has been super robust. No issues at all. The padding on the shoulder pad is pretty nice. Adjustments are pretty easy overall. The only issue, I should say, when it comes to the shoulder strap is sometimes the shoulder strap will kind of get bunched up and then kind of cinch down, or whatever you want to call it, fold over itself like that, depending on how much stuff you have in there. So the only downfall with the shoulder strap. On the sides as well, you do also have a little bit of MOLLE, so if you want to run bottles and other MOLLE pouches, you can definitely do that. And then on the back side, you have 2 pockets. So you have this pocket that is on the exterior that's going to open up. You have a little bit of Velcro at the bottom. There's a lot of stuff that you can throw in here. Typically for me, I would throw a lot of my travel stuff that I needed immediate access to, passports, phones, small items, things that I'll use on a plane or in a car, throw it inside that pocket so that way I have easy access to it. And then I have seen a lot of pictures and stuff where guys actually use this as kind of a concealed carry pocket, and they'll throw a pistol in there. So you definitely have some space and some options as far as configuring that goes. And then you also have this large pocket on the back side to where you can throw large books, binders, and all that. So I typically would throw all of my 3-ring binders in here, or the one 3-ring binder that I travel with a lot of information for whatever trip, calendars, and a lot of stuff that is still going on back here in the States whenever I'm traveling around the world. So definitely a lot of space just in this big pocket right here. So before I get too far forward or into the video, I think one of the biggest selling points for all of Vanquest's products is their liners that they have inside of it. One, it's a nylon ripstop material. And then 2, it is typically this orange color. They have some that are gray, but typically most all of their bags and packs and messenger bags have this orange interior. And when it comes to being able to find things very quickly or easily and not having to search around for it, having this orange interior makes it very easy to find stuff. Because a lot of the other bags and packs I've had in the past that have just the same, you know, color material as the exterior of the bag, whether it's green, tan, brown, or black, it can make things challenging to try and find inside of the bag. So having this orange interior helps contrast everything. It gathers light, so then that way it's really easy to find whatever you're looking for. And then one of the other huge selling features on this system is also, or the Vanquest product line, is how they integrate Velcro into the interior. So that way, you know, if you're running certain laptop cases like I have with ITS that have Velcro, those can Velcro into place and then they don't move at all. As well as, you know, the concealed carry stuff that I was talking about in this exterior pocket. You can Velcro, you know, elastic holsters in there to be able to retain things and keep things in place, so that way you're not having any issues with that firearm or whatever accessories you're throwing inside of here. So for the sake of time, we're going to move on and dive right into kind of more the interior of the pack. So as you open it up, you unbuckle everything. You have your front section. This is where a lot of the newer features are going to be integrated. The newer versions of the Envoy and the Gopher are going to have, you know, pen compartments and a little bit more organized setup up front here, so that way you can carry and organize all of your stationary stuff up front. This one just has 2 large pockets in the front. You can fit phones, pens, pencils, small handheld notepads, and all of that stuff in here. So definitely have some space with that to keep things organized and easily accessible. You also have this kind of, I think of it as like a hand warmer. You have this thing that passes all the way through, so that way you can stick your hand through there. There's some Velcro on the interior. There's also that orange material, so you can throw a couple of things inside of there. That's also a good compartment for the concealed carry stuff if you're, you know, looking for something like that. So that's nice to have in there. And then behind all of that, you do have 3 other pockets. So you have one large pocket that will fit small tablets or notepads, or, you know, whatever you want to throw in there. And then you have 2 additional pockets right there to be able to throw any other small, you know, notebooks and items that you may want to carry with you. It'll fit some small books, but sparingly, I should say. So you have a little bit of limited space when it comes to how big the book can fit in there, or how big the book is to be able to fit in there. So with that, on the bottom, you do have this pocket down here, orange material, that nylon ripstop. So nice little bag to be able to throw some additional smaller items that you may want to have easy access to. Sometimes I would throw chargers in there, but sometimes I would throw chargers in that more like horizontal hand warmer type pocket, because everywhere that I was traveling, I wasn't able to carry a concealed pistol. So yeah, with that, that's kind of the exterior portion of the interior. Definitely well put together, well thought out. The newer versions are even more well thought out and have a lot of additional accessories and capabilities. With that, when it comes to the main pocket, it does run, you know, the entire length. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I was able to run my work computer, or 3 computers and a tablet. So I had my work computer, business laptop with the travel monitors or screens, and then a gaming laptop all together with the chargers and the mouses and everything for everything, or for all the platforms. So there is definitely a lot of space. And one review that I'm going to do here in the future, I don't want to get too far into it, but I will be reviewing the ITS laptop cases, because these things are expandable and set up to where you can definitely carry a couple of different size laptops and whatnot in here, and they have a lot of accessories on the front side, so, or accessory capabilities on the front side. But that is a video for another time. When it comes to the interior of this, and I do apologize, it's going to be kind of hard to see, but you have a huge compartment for everything that you may want to take in there, and then you do have these 2 pockets right here that can carry some small items, as hard drive size items, and then you do have some Velcro here at the bottom, so that's where those ITS cases come in clutch, because they'll Velcro into that and then stay in place and not shift around on you. Outside that, there really isn't anything else inside of the interior pocket. I'm trying to show you as much as possible. I don't think it's going to work out, but I might. When it comes to the interior, you do have quite a bit of space to be able to throw everything in there. So you can definitely fit 3 laptops, 2 travel screens, and a tablet all inside of there, and even a notebook if you really want to push the limits or the threshold of this thing's capabilities. So with that, I think that's really about it. Really good bag overall. Absolutely love it. Like I said, I've had it for 3 years now. I'm definitely looking at potentially picking up another one for some other stuff, and then some of their other packs or backpacks for some additional setup stuff. So with my broken back, running a single strap messenger bag can kind of be painful at times. So I'm definitely looking at swapping this out with one of their backpacks, so that way I have something that's a little bit more comfortable. But with that, this thing is absolutely awesome. Their newer products like that Envoy and the Gopher are really good as well, and then have a bunch of additional features that definitely take those products to that next level and kind of beat this one a little bit. But with that, I hope that helps you out and helps you kind of walk you on to some of the products that are out there for messenger bags and packs and things you may possibly be looking for. So with that, if you have any questions, please feel free, leave a comment, and we'll help you out in any way that we can. And with that, like, share, and subscribe, and we'll see you next time.